Ghostbusters Afterlife released this little like commercial where they showed off the little Stay Puft Marshmallow Baby. There was a lot of backlash about it, mostly because of Ghostbusters 2016 fans. Ghostbusters was like, where's our baby Yoda? We want one of those. Yeah, I mean, they're adorable. There's something about whenever you make something small, they're like burning each other, like making s'mores out of one another. Yeah, this thing's adorable. We're just gonna get little baby everything. You know, once this works, Baby Yoda work, this will work. We'll get Baby Megatron. Apparently the people that are fans of Ghostbusters 2016 were upset that this commercial came out. I really don't understand anymore. I mean, the movie didn't do well. It lost money. They're not going to make a sequel to this movie that lost money. They want to make this franchise work. Every movie company right now is looking for their franchise, and Ghostbusters could be enormous. Definitely could be $1 billion franchise. F done right. And what worries me is that, I don't know, this is a little silly, this is pretty goofy. Ghostbusters is one of those films where it's unique. It's much like Predator. Yes, Predator is a great example. Predator is sci-fi, action, horror. It's like this mixture of genres. The movie's phenomenal, right? Ghostbusters is like this horror comedy type action film. You know, there's like, those ghosts are spooky in that first film. That taxi driver, you know, when those hands come out of that chair, that movie's frightening, and I just hope it's not too much of this. I mean, you want to scare a kid, let him look at Vigo. Let him look at Vigo after he transformed. And nightmares. So that worries me. I hope that it's not too goofy like this. And had one of the first androgynous, like non-binary villains. Zool. Where's the prop set there? Like ahead of its time.
Fade in.
Star Wars released these non-binary twins for their High Republic comic that I have no idea if it's doing well or not. What's hard to understand about sales with comic books is that you have comic book shops buy a certain amount of them. So it looks like the comic did well, but right now comic shops are just stuck with this comic that doesn't move off the rack. But it can still look like they sold a lot of copies simply because they sold them to all these comic shops that are having a hard time selling them. So it's hard to tell whether or not comic books are actually doing well. It's one of those, who knows, man. Comic books might be just like a tax write-off at this point. In other Star Wars news, they released this book, and within this book it had characters with descriptions next to it. Luke Skywalker, yellow-haired rebel humanoid who is supposedly important for some reason. Han Solo, reformed scoundrel, always claims to save the day, actually useless. Wow. I bet Luke really thinks he's useless when he's cutting open a tauntaun to save him on planet Hoth.
Fade in.
Even if this is tongue-in-cheek, this is exactly how they feel. Recently, somebody released this photo of where this woman that works for Lucasfilm has this picture in her little cubicle, and it has Luke Skywalker's face X'd out. These are the people that are hired. Posers.
You know, but we really have to think of what the audience expects and what they want. And he says, no, we have to do the opposite. We have to give them something they don't expect that we want.
Fade in.
Why? Why is Luke Skywalker important? Oh, I don't know. Maybe he just took one of the most corrupted and dark souls and made that person good again? he brought balance to the Force? Just kill him. Just kill him.
Oh my gosh, I'll never get to work with Harrison Ford again. That was the first big disconnect. Then the second one was, realizing that, thinking that they'd kill me off in 9, get rid of the old fogies and focus on the new gang. And
Young Ripa went off on one of his podcasts, and he was just taking every word out of my brain. He said it so good. I'm going to let him say his piece right here.
Or heroism. You don't even understand heroism. This is why you focus so much on those things. On people's sexuality. It's nothing to do with whether or not they're a hero. What makes them a rogue? What makes them a relatable? Why are some of us so many fans of characters that aren't the same gender, aren't the same sexuality as us? Why do we like these characters? Same race. Because there's something about them that we can relate to that is beyond their skin tone, beyond their sexuality. But because you don't understand heroism, you have to beat your audience over the head. That's the point that we've been trying to make to you. They'll act like we never made the point. We've been making it.
Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Check out Young Ripa 59. Amazing channel. Later.